Hey everybody, welcome back to Superman Crypto, your host Superman in the house, and a big welcome to all the new subscribers. And I do appreciate all the comments and likes on the videos, appreciate that. So keep that up and welcome. We're going to get into the results of today. Just more bullishness. Zen on Polygon, absolutely through the roof. FENIX is coming up to launch. We're going to catch up on that too. Zen is looking very good. So let's get into all of it and all the news from Jack and others. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go. Now we've got the price of Zen at the moment sitting at 8,028, holding very strongly, just as I suggested it would. Obviously, nothing's inevitable, so we're playing probability here, but this is looking pretty good and pretty much gone in what I said it would do. Now, we did have, remember, that 111 billion come out or so, and we had to absorb that on the Sunday day. But after we get through that, of course, we've got a lighter week ahead of us. We're going to talk more about that until the weekends. So still looking very, very good. Look at this chart, looking very, very nice indeed. The pullback was only to 38.2 on the Fibonacci, which we had 2 days ago. And now we've got a brand new candle here. Yesterday we had an indecision candle, and today we've pretty much started at 8,028. Yesterday we got a high of almost 9,000, a low of 7,600. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of range within that, but we're holding pretty nicely as well. Now, FENIX, of course, launch is coming up. So let's quickly talk about that. Before we do, though, let's have a look at the 24 hours, up 1.82% on Zen on Ethereum, with 344 buys and 372 sells, so 52% sells, with the sell volume at 2.2 million, 52% of all the volume, so versus 2.1 on buy. So slightly seller winners there. Liquidity still looking super strong, $2.6 million, looking very nice. So that is that. But FENIX is coming up first on Polygon. Then on the Ethereum chain, which is a good order. I like that. Nice to launch. Obviously, Zen is on 10 chains. Going to be a Bitcoin with inscriptions as well. So, you know, that cross-chain theme is a big part of Zen's success. And it's good to see it launching on Polygon first. It's kind of a nice difference, right? Have a protocol do that. So very cool. Let's have a look at the time frame. So including today, we're at 19 days to go till FENIX on Ethereum. Bullish. But for that, is going to be on Polygon. So we're going to look at that chart, which has actually gone through the roof yesterday. Let's check it out. So 19 days to go, folks. Watch this chart. Like I say, I'm expecting this to consolidate a little bit there as we move into these blue lines, and then, of course, start to really ramp up, potentially, just like Polygon, ramp up into FENIX because of demand versus supply. And, of course, people burning for FENIX. So they're going to see that. Remember, FENIX is kind of a hybrid staking protocol, so we're going to have a look at that too. Let's get into Zen on Polygon. As you guys know, I mostly focus on Ethereum, but we're obviously when things are standing out across the chains, very important insights into Zen on ETH as well. So Polygon yesterday, look at this thing, absolutely gorgeous. You don't often say that in crypto, but that's absolutely gorgeous. We got the high there at 6 zeros, and then it's 3,596 yesterday. Look at that spike. Unbelievable. Let's go to the hourly to see that on the hourly profile. Look at that. So that was pretty amazing. How long ago was that? Not very many hours. 12 hours ago, half a day. We saw that massive spike with the volume. Pretty amazing. And the lead up, obviously, to a FENIX protocol, staking protocol launching on Polygon first, which is kind of cool. Looking at the daily, though, we can see the daily there has opened. So it closed at 2,123, despite being as high as 3,600. And it's rallied today as well, and it's now at 2,288. So if you had been minting on there, you had a little mint ladder come out, you'd be very happy about now. Obviously, if you've got a portfolio, the value would be up dramatically on Polygon as well. So congratulations to all of you. Now we've got an increase on 24 hours, 37%. Liquidity is 189,000, so obviously still building valuation there. If you compare that to Ethereum, where this Ethereum peer is at 2.69 million. So just to give you an idea of that. So it's ticking along there. 2,205 buys, a lot higher trade volume, 58% of buys, and the buy volume, 620,000, 51% buys on this particular trading pair. This is Uniswap, Polygon Uniswap. So MZN versus Matic there. So pretty cool on that one. All right, so let's jump over to Jack's been commenting on this. Jack Levin says multi-chain massive pump on Zen, FENIX effect. Yeah, so obviously we've got the DBZen effect keeps ticking over, but we've got the FENIX effect playing in now as well. The ecosystem is building these, super dApps, these killer dApps, and of course here we are with the MZN one there. and of course you saw that I just commentated on that. And we've got AZN as well on AVAX. That's had a massive pump up there. And we've got BZN on Binance. That's got a massive pump up. We're going to look at that in a second. So you can sort of see some of these chains are really having that multi-chain effect there. Now let's have a look at BZN. BZN holding up super strong. Look at that. Right as we speak, it's up at 19. So basically 2,000 as we're sitting at the moment, looking super strong on BZN as well. So what's that up? 85% on the 24 hours. So very, very nice indeed. 535 buys, so 53% of the trades, and over $100,000 in volume. Amazing on BZN. So a really nice jump there. 6 zeros and 2,000 is where we're at the moment. Looking very good with 46K in liquidity in this particular pair. So liquidity is still building up, valuation still building up there. But so far, so good. Now, the volumes are all different, right, on these chains. Just take that into account. The circulating supply is all different. So you do need to take that into account to do your, when you're reviewing and doing your analysis and things like that. But definitely pretty neat there. Now, obviously, AVAX did pretty well also. Now, AVAX still has a high EAA, so you can get a really nice return there. That's kind of the last one with an EAA. That's last time I checked yesterday was 4.4%. Definitely people trying to chase that down too. We'll look at that a bit later. So pretty cool. Let's go to the Zen supply on Ethereum. Let's do a refresh here just to make sure we've got the latest and greatest. We've got 8.7 trillion is in liquid supply. You got to remember we were under 8.7 yesterday. We're at about 8.60 or something like that. We did have the 111 billion come out, so we have all that mints and other mints that are delayed got to come out there. So we're actually looking still pretty good shape. 8.7 trillion Zen. Now the staked has gone up dramatically. So the stake's gone up. We were down, towards 1.53 trillion, and we're up at 1.668, so almost at 1.7. Great. This is what I want to see. I want to see more staking. Remember, 18% is the yield, so it's pretty attractive. It goes down 1% every 90 days. So we've only had one step down so far. Let's have a look at some of the other metrics. Cost of making new claims is pretty high, $10 still. So we've moved up into a new cost environment. Let's have a look at the supply changes though. So we've had on the 22nd we had 16 billion there staked. We had 232 burn, and of course that included the 80 billion from the Zen Knights. Coming in on the 23rd, we had 72 billion stakes, a real big jump in the staking. Great to see. 51 billion burned as yesterday, so that was more modest, but we had pretty high gas fees as well, but definitely not too bad. So we're on the 24th at the moment, and let's go have a look at this distribution. So 57.11% of all Zen is liquid, so that's gone down again. We want to head towards that 50%, and so far, the week ahead is going to be quite good for that because we've got lower mints coming out. We've got 4.5 trillion has been burned, so they've reached that milestone, 29.6%. Staking is also moving up 10.95%, and we've got penalties there, 355 billion never been minted, 2.33%. So if we look in the future, that's should be able to get that. So we've got 91.6 trillion to be burned, so that's gone up too. Remember, about 2.4% of that, 2.3% of that's not going to be minted at all because people forget and stuff like that. Let's go to the future week, the week ahead, and see how much supply pressure we've got coming on from the supply side. Like I say, we've got the weekdays, so we've got relatively low mints this week. So we've got tomorrow coming out on 25th, 41 billion. We've got 73 billion on the Tuesday, the Wednesday, I believe it is, 27th, 54, and then it's 84. So it's bigger than last week, but certainly not really bad. If we're doing a 100 billion burn a day and lots of staking, that can definitely eat through this quite nicely, especially these tomorrow, which is 41 billion coming out. So pretty cool. The weekends, we jump into 119 billion and 142 billion. So it's sort of getting a bit bigger. Let's look at 30 days. Once we get past that, next week's pretty low as well during the week. You're talking about 64 through to 80 billion. So definitely a bit bigger, but definitely not so bad. Not so bad if you're having 100 billion day burns. That'd be pretty neat for that. Now, obviously, gas is going to play into that too, the higher gas prices. Then, of course, on the 7th of May, there we've got 164 billion. That is kind of our profile for the next 2 weeks, and then pretty low after that. Now, these two big candles, of course, the 331 billion on the 14th of May and the 323 billion on the 18th of May, they're really the big candles coming ahead of us for the next 90 days. And but fortunately, we have the FENIX launching just before these two candles, which is perfect timing, as we say. Leading into 90 days, you can see those two big candles are really big, and then we go into pretty low periods like this. So we've got DBZN burning, And we've got NFTs contributing to a bit of burn too. As we get more volume, people take up more of those NFTs in the Apex class. And then, of course, we've got the FENIX protocol kicking into gear and people running into that. We have those running pretty awesome. Then other protocols jumping into the ecosystem on top of that. So, like Zen Dodge and the pool parties and things like that, all sorts of stuff like that. Zen burning. So you can see that's kind of cool. All right, so looking pretty good on the supply side, I think, and holding up pretty well. We'll watch this. Expect this to go down over the next couple of days and hold some volatility, but expect that to go down and potentially more appropriate price pressure with FENIX coming up. So we expect the supply to go down with burning on DBZN, price pressure where people are accumulating liquid supply on DXN. On Zen on Ethereum. Then you could expect this to get the sort of run up into FENIX, just like we see on Polygon and what we're seeing on BNB. So it's kind of cool, and AVAX for that matter. So cool. Let's look at the new mints. So the new mints in the last 24 hours have been really high, even over the weekend with the high GWI. We did get a lot of GWI in the 30s. We've got 120,000, 21,000 new mints there. Pretty impressive. Really, really cool. We're up to 11.35 million in terms of global ranks as well. So kind of cool. Looking very, very good. So let's jump over to DBZN. Let's have a look at the mints for the day. So yesterday we got a more modest day, 54 billion, but good opportunity. So we're watching the gas prices. That's kind of it's an added value in terms of the amount of ETH that goes into the DBZN, but it's also, it is a quasi limitation on the amount of Zen burned, obviously being, just making it a bit more expensive. Things like that. So anyway, at the moment, we've got 12 hours and 17 minutes to go. We've got 1.6 billion in the DBZN at the moment, so we'll see how that goes over time. So very, very low start today, but it could ramp up pretty fast in time as well. So the highest one in there, only 195 million Zen so far. So we'll see how we get on there. Certainly, it looks like price pressure for sure. So we've got people wanting to get on here. We've got FENIX starting to ramp up soon. A little bit of delayed effect for Zen, of course, because it's still a little bit further away, as we said, 19 days. So we've still got next week to eat through. But definitely pressures looks like they're mounting. What else I was going to say that? Obviously, the ETH in the pool, we're up to 2.5 trillion burn on Zen protocol, or DBZN protocol altogether, and 2,357 ETH, which is just under 4.5 million at the current prices of ETH at the moment. So people are really enjoying those protocols. 2,473 unique minters in DBZN. That's pretty good too. So that's slowly increasing over time as well. The DXN reward for each cycle is going down by 0.2%. That is now down at 9,379. So, that's pretty big deal there. Remember, there's only going to be 5 million total supply, and it's only about, just under 6% through so far. All right, let's jump over to the Joseph here. It says, huge congratulations. Joseph says he does the zen.pub dashboard, this dashboard here, creator of that. It says, huge congratulations to DBZN for the incredible achievements. Over 1 million Zen batches were burned in just 1 month, valued at nearly $21 million. And of course, Ravans here, your innovation completely changed and revolutionized the dynamics of Zen. So Razvan there is the creator of DBZN. And that's awesome. We all thank you. So nice there. 17,000 views on that. Pretty nice on that as well. We can actually see those batches here, 1 million, over 1 million, which is pretty powerful. So awesome stuff there. Jack Levin also says, just want to highlight the massive multi-chain massive pumps on Zen, the FENIX event. And of course, I showed you that earlier. So that was really cool. I like looking at that. Let's jump into DXN. So DXN performing pretty well. It's currently at $59 on the price. Yesterday it did spike down to $48. It's currently at $59 at the moment. So certainly at the bottom of the range. We'll see where that heads from here and whether there's going to be some sort of inverse relationship to Zen itself. Some people have called that sort of profile. We'll see. Obviously, with DXN, you can burn that too. So the DXN does get capped out. Even though it's down 13% on the 24 hours, it's got 381 buy trades versus 159 sells, but the sell volume was bigger at 934,000. Some bigger whales they're selling into that. Still $804,000 of liquidity though, and of course the DXN is helps to get capped with a deflationary burn through Exelon. So if you want to create some Exelon, you have to burn DXN for that. That's currently sitting at 5,581, holding pretty much just slightly below, probably in the middle of the range, would you say? Approximately. So we had 114 buys. 62% of the trades have been buys, with the sell volume slightly ahead, 42% at 67K over 63K. liquidity 92,000. So remember, smaller liquidity, more volatile, but potentially more upside too. That is kind of the play there. So those two are just tinkering along at the moment. Jack Levin news. The only update apart from all his comments on DBZN and FENIX and things like that is that he will be in Miami for the Bitcoin conference. So let's party. So he's just posted that earlier today. I already had 15,500 views on that. So very, very cool. So if you're going to the Bitcoin conference, he'll be there. So if you want to meet him, that's a good place to do it. I know many of you in Florida will love that. Let's go to DBZN. Obviously, it's coming up. The testnet is up and running on Guerrilla, Polygon, Mumbai, Pulse testnet v4, and X1 DevNet. Now, I have minted some Pulse, so hopefully I'll be able to get that out. And I might do a video on FENIX a bit later. So stay tuned for that. I look forward to that. All right, so cool. Now, to do that, I had to get some Zen. So I had to do that and set up a one-day Zen in minting there, so I can claim it today. We'll see how we go. Joe Blau, of course, these are the big dates. This is the big thing that's making these charts go crazy. In addition to DBZN and Zen NFTs, we've got FENIX launch schedule. Polygon, the 29th, is coming up there. And, of course, Polygon is responding rapidly. Is that an indication of what's going to happen to Zen as well on top of the DBZN protocol? Ethereum, of course, May the 13th. And you can see that on the chart there, May the 13th, only 19 days away. And, of course, then Binance Smart Chain on May the 20th. But Binance Smart Chain already rallying, so particularly early. So we'll see what's happening there. Obviously, it's coming off a low base as well. So there is one issue there. Avalanche, Ethereum Power, Moonbeam, EFMOS, Phantom, Dogechain, OKX, all May the 27th. They're coming up later in next month. So definitely some opportunity there. As I say, Avalanche there. We're going to talk about that quickly on the DBZN in terms of the we'll go to the Zen dashboard. I think that gives us a good summary of the EAAs available. Let's have a look at that. Let's see how we go. Let's wait for that to populate. All right, so the EAA at the moment is 3.5% on Avalanche. You can see every other protocol is 0 at the moment. Moonbeam has 0.2%, but the EAA on Avalanche is still 3.5. So that could be a good place to do a little Zen minting a ladder. So maybe 3 months out, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months out, and then a big balloon payment at the end for next year. Maybe February, March. Maybe X1 chain comes out in April. No, we'll get more confirmation of that, but we're expecting 12 months for the moon party to run potentially. So that could be a good timing there. Obviously, you can also max mint it out at the max time on that one there. Now, obviously, each chain has different amounts that you can batch mint. So within all 128 like Ethereum, there might be 38 or something else. So definitely cool there. The max term there, 439 days is the max term on Avalanche at the moment. So that could be one opportunity, good strategy for participating. And of course, that's coming up as well. So just that is some strategy there. Obviously, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. But you're always looking for opportunities, right, amongst the ecosystem. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Let me know the comments give me a feedback in the comments. Look forward to catching you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Actually, I might leave it on this channel, this chat here. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and look forward to your comments. I'll respond to them all. I'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Man, does it look like a rocket's going off? It certainly does. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.